Hello, my name is Sandeep and today we are going to see fifth experiment in database web technology lab, and this has JavaScript BOM elements in events. Now my fifth experiment should be like it should have all these five things given here. The five things which they have given in this is the first thing comes with table generator. So when I click some number of rows and columns, there should be a table generated with the user given table number, and so we have to create the table. And then we have BMI calculator. BMI calculator has something JavaScript code which detects the weight, height, which takes the detect weight, height, and then the BMI should be calculated. So here are the conditions for the BMI calculation: underweight if less than 18, normal if 18 to 25, overweight if 25 to 30, and obese that is greater than 80. So these things should be included in BMI code. And then the length converter, it should convert from meters to kilometers and kilometers to meters. Then the weight initiator will be like conversion of, it is also almost like conversion of kilograms to pounds and pounds to kilograms. And here we have HTML snippet, so that we can almost like we can change few things and add JavaScript so that it works out. And then we have pizza order form, in which you have some 3 to 4 options of different cost, and then we can select those things. At last it will ask for the discount, and if we give the discount, then it will calculate the actual value, and so we can check out from there. So the mockup page uh, which I have created is something like this. Yeah, JavaScript DOM elements and events. The first thing is table generator 2, which it generated 2 by 2 table. And then BMI calculator, I will use some random weight and height. It shows something underweight. And then conversion of 1000 meters to kilometers, it showed 1 kilometer. Then conversion of 1000 grams to kilograms, it shows. Then the number of pizza order form, let's say one small pizza with 15% discount, it shows 125. And so the code, HTML code, is like this. In the head I have given just the JavaScript extension or the source file, and then rest all is same. In the body tag, the field set which I have given is like this. There is a background color, padding, border, and then there are a few other div tags in the body. The first div has table ID, and so I've created a table. And here the number of rows will be taken as an input, and the number of columns also will be taken as an input, and then the table is created. So this has some JavaScript code to do with it. And then if we go to the next thing, that is BMI calculator, it has height, weight, which it takes from the user, and so it will calculate the BMI mass, and it says underweight or you're up to the weight. And then the third thing is conversion. This conversion includes length converter and weight converter. The length is like we should convert from meters to kilometers and kilometers to meters. And then we have the other conversion like kilometers to meters and meters to kilometers. After this, grams to kilograms and kilograms to grams. Then the different types of pizzas will be there, and we should select something. Then we should select the discount rate so that it calculates the cost of the order. Now this is all the HTML outline, and then this is the main JavaScript code. And here I have created a function convert, so that it converts from one different value to the other different value based on our code. So I have given varchar index, and this document dot get element by id, so it gets the element using the id. The id here which I have given the HTML is from and then the other thing also, it takes some data and takes the value. So I gave dot value, and then I've given result and index. And after this is from, and then we have to do the same thing for 2, and I did the same thing. Then if from is equal to 0, and in that case if 2 is equal to 0, then the result will be the value divided by 1000, else the result will be the value. So this is the code. Then if from equal to 1 and if 2 equal to 1, result will be value into 1000, else result equal to value. Then the document will be answering. And here the important thing which we have to use is dot inner html equal to result, so that it will take the thing from the html, and then it shows in the uses the javascript and shows the displays the final answer there. And then I have created a function called create table, which has rn and cn, that is rows and columns, and it takes the from document.getElement by id. With using the id takes the value, and then those values should have a javascript code, so that for varchar r equal to 0, for row equal to 0 and row less than given row number comma 10, the it will be incremented. So each time we give some different number, it will be incremented from the above already given number. So here var variable x equal to document dot get element by id and my table. My table has the is the id which I have given, and then dot insert row. Dot insert row is again a different function in JavaScript which insert rows, and the r is which we have given. We have to give something in the HTML, so that calculates the rows and columns. So the same thing like will be for the next one. So insert cell, the cell will be inserted, and then the using the inner HTML element, we have to calculate the row will be r plus column, and here c is column and r is row, so that each time when we give new number, the more columns will be added. Yeah. And then the next thing is conversion. In this conversion we have calculation of BMI, and BMI, this is simple using if and else loop. Here if weight is greater than 0 and height is greater than 0, so and so message should be displayed. And then if final BMI is less than 18, and if the final BMI is greater than 18, so all the if condition we can use here, and then we can easily loop the statement. And then document dot get element by id p1, that is para 1 which I have given in the html dot html plus message, so that message will be displayed and the final BMI also will be displayed. Else it should show some message, right? So the alert box will show please fill everything, and then calculate. This calculate is like it has small, medium, large, and then it calculates based on the percentage which you have given. And then in the percentage we have to create a particular match, so that it takes 100%, and then if we do it for 10%, then it will exactly show the final output for the 10%. And then the converter has to just convert from one thing to the other thing, and this we can do by get element by id form. And here the result is stored in variable, and so that we can directly print the output of that variable. And if something if from form 1 equal to 0, and in form 1 if to1 equal to 0, then result will be value by 1000. And then if else the result will be the value, and same things apply for the form 1. And here if top is equal to 1, the result will be 1, and the value is, and the result else the result will be 1. And all this thing will be shown in the result, which will use the inner HTML function here, that is dot document dot get element by id and answer, that is the id, and dot inner HTML and result. Thank you.